Egypt's ancient Karnak temple is being repaired after previous attempts at restoration did more harm than good. The Temple of Karnak, one of the largest pharaonic monuments, has been used by more than 100 rulers over a span of 2,000 years. The site is now being treated with lime water, which experts say is the safest way to conserve the historic structure. Take a look.
Completed over 2,000 years ago, the Temple of Karnak houses dedications to several ancient Egyptian gods within its 20-meter-high walls. With its pillars and columns resembling the iconic Egyptian lotus flower, the site has ever been a source of fascination for archaeologists and Egyptologists. Realizing the importance of restoring and conserving the site, they started trying to save the crumbling stone. But their efforts did more harm than good. In 1887, one Egyptologist in particular caused serious damage with a stunt recalling the fifth labor of Hercules.
There are large parts of the temple that were damaged by the French Egyptologist Georges Legrand in 1887, who allowed the Nile flood to enter the temple in order to wash the salt crystal and dust from the walls and columns, which resulted in damage to large parts of the temple.
But this assault on the structure was followed by further misguided restoration efforts.
Here we are looking at the wall part of the temple, which had been built by some old restorers in the 1960s. As we can see, red bricks and black solid cement were allowed at the time to be used, and this reflected negatively on the artifact as cement, which traps moisture in the stone, encourages the creation of salt crystals on the surface of the stone, and this caused the columns and walls to become eroded.
And some of the damage is here to stay.
We wish that we could remove those red bricks, but unfortunately they are throughout the temple. So we are now replacing the old cover of cement with the latest method, using lime mortar and sand to keep it in a good condition.
In the old technique of restoration, they used black cement and sand. But this black cement traps moisture in the stone, encourages the creation of salt crystals and causes cracks, like what happened to most of the pillars' bases at the Karnak temple. The Karnak temple now is being restored with the latest technique and material.
Egyptian authorities are aware of the problem and hope the use of lime mortar will now counteract the potential threats. Abdiel Leroy, CCTV.